Welcome, everybody, to Catfish Weekly, presented by B&M Poles. Along with the Dr. Tim Lang, I'm Lyle Stokes. Cindy is here to spin the rig wrap prize wheel, and Steve Douglas will be along in just a minute. Doc, it's cold in Missouri.
Yeah, it's a balmy 15 degrees here in Springfield, Ohio. And Glenn, I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, no kidding. He was telling me today it was 70-some degrees down there, and yesterday he was out on the beach practicing with the new toy he's got, and he was in a short sleeve shirt, and I thought that was kind of awesome. But it was like 32 here for a high today, but we didn't get none of the snow that you guys got, thank goodness.
Yeah, we got a lot of wind.
Yeah, we've had that, but no snow. I mean, we got a skiff of snow the last time we were supposed to get dumped on, and we got a skiff this time, and I'm pretty happy about that.
Well, that's Brandon. That's who's in there. How about it?
No ice. I was really happy with that because we don't need any of that crap.
I've still got the ice here on the trees and that.
Yeah, well, God bless you for keeping it over your way and not dumping it on me.
Yeah, it makes the trees look awful pretty.
Yeah, I can do without that too.
Yeah.
I can live without the pretty. I can live without the cold. I can live without the ice and the snow. I'm ready for spring. I'm ready to go catch some fish, and
I'm ready for 60 and 70 degree weather.
That's what I'm talking about. I hope it's like that when we get to the Catfish Conference.
That's right. And
last year,
speaking of what in the world happened to my phone?
It was so wet down there last year. We like to drown. I thought I was a duck. It poured down.
Speaking of the Catfish Conference, the countdown is currently at 32 days, 0 hours, 55 minutes, and 14 seconds, counting down.
Counting down. That's awesome. Welcome to Catfish Weekly, Steve Douglas. How you doing?
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. We were just discussing the weather. I'm sure you're probably 50 or 60 degrees down in Bardstown, Kentucky, aren't you?
It's colder than heck out there. And we went to the grocery the other day, I think 11 o'clock at night, right before the snow come in. So we're ready inside for the last few days.
Yeah, that's what I told Cindy. Before it was supposed to hit and didn't. I said, let's go get some stuff just in case. And we didn't plan. Of course, I was sick all last week. I'm still got it. Not like I did.
Sound like you're sick.
Yeah, I can't get over it. But we went out. We didn't plan on getting out of the house. And I'd take them cold pills that make me sleep all day, so I don't get nothing done. But we went to the store, got some stuff, and we didn't get anything to amount to nothing, which I was happy about that. But
I spent $200 too, didn't
you? Well, no, not quite, but it's easy enough to do,
Yeah.
I was shocked, when we got there that there was still milk and bread, because usually it's all gone, but they had plenty. So
right.
I guess somebody knew they wasn't getting a bunch of crap, and I was glad because we sure didn't need any more. We've had a pretty mild winter here, other than being cold and windy, but it's still just January. So,
well, it's going quicker, man. I don't know if it's my age or what, but it seems the older I get, the quicker years go by. So
yes, they do.
February's almost here, the Catfish Conference, and then after that, it's springtime. We're ready to fish.
It's game on, then, ain't it?
Yeah.
I'm ready for that now. I really am. I just winter used to be my favorite time of the year, and if it never came again, I would be just as happy. So I'm ready for the conference. I'm ready to go fishing. And
hey, speaking of going fishing, you see that 38-inch muskie I caught?
That's pretty nice muskie.
Yeah, it was.
That's
catch it on purpose, or did you catch it on some cut bait you throw down?
No, I caught him on cut bait. I thought it was a flathead. He eased the rod down about 5 inches and then backed it off, and then brought it back down and then backed it off. I told Chris, I said, if he eases down on that thing one more time, I said, I'm going to reel down on him. Well, I reeled down on him, and man, it took off like a F-16.
Where was you at?
On the Ohio River.
Oh, really? And that was a muskie?
Yeah, 36-inch muskie, big old.
Are they pretty thick, or are they just something oddity?
I don't know. I don't know. Chris has Lynn had to send that thing to you because she knew you wanted to catch one.
Right.
So, that's what we were talking about. I said, man, I never would have thought. I didn't know what it was until he said, oh my goodness. And we got it all on video. So it's going to be, it's going to be cool. It's going to be a cool video when he gets it all done.
That's a great muskie. I don't care what part of the country you're fishing.
So now it should just send me that 100-pounder. Or better yet, go to Alabama and bust that state record.
That would be really nice.
That'd be cool.
That's what you're looking for right there.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one. Be a good one. Well, Steve, how's things going getting the conference all lined up?
It's just been busy, man, trying to get new vendors in and new boat dealers. Struggling a little here and there to get people's attention. We're old fishing for old catfish, so I don't think a lot of folks understand.
Well,
we got bigger catfish than what they think they know about. So
well, that's right. That's right. It's getting closer, and everybody's getting excited. And I know you've got some new information to tell us about tonight.
Yeah, we are going to do, and this is pretty cool. And I had, I'm not going to take all the credit. It was my idea to do something like this, but I had several guys helping me out. Glenn from Rig Wrap was a big help on this thing. So, but we're going to do an Angler's Choice Awards this year. And what that is going to be, any of the vendors that want to put up a product to be judged by the anglers, the attendees that come to the conference. And we're going to award, the top prizes. Be best in show and then best in the category. And we've got 6 categories to choose from. So if anybody's interested in doing this, hit me up with my email. It's catfishinginfo@gmail.com. And I can send you an entry form. Most of the guys in the conference is going to do this.
Sure.
And I think it's just going to bring more light to the conference, more light to new products coming in and existing products that's out there for the people that looking to buy and get into the catfish business.
I'm really excited about this. I think that's an outstanding project, and I think it'll go over really big. And the fact that the people at the conference gets to vote on it is just icing on the cake.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of the participants in this are kind of going to give away prizes at the end too. And we're going to pick 12 prizes at the end of the show when we give the awards away to the anglers that actually voted. So there'll be an array of different products available out there for giveaways.
That's awesome. That's just way cool. Way cool.
But I knew they had something like this at the ICAST show. I've never been, but I think I'm going to go next year. But I knew they had something like this, and I called Glenn to see if he'd ever been involved in it. And man, he had some great ideas.
Yeah, and he's very knowledgeable about that ICAST stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in his backyard. I mean,
yeah.
So he's been there before and been a vendor there, and it's a great project. I hope that we're able to make it down there this year. I hope there's not some big tournament that I want to go to scheduled on the day that's taking place or the time that's taking place, because I think that several of us need to go down there and make an impact on that from the catfish industry to let the people at ICAST know that we're here and we're not going anywhere. We're going to be here to stay.
Right.
When is that? Anybody got any idea?
ICAST, I think it's in June sometime, June or July.
Yeah, Glenn will type in here, I'm sure, in a minute when it is, because I promise you he knows when it is.
Yeah.
So that'll be really good.
Yeah, and I know Matthew said he went last year and learned a lot.
Oh, I'm sure.
Usually middle of July.
Yeah.
Middle of July.
Yeah. So we'll get all that information out. And now my understanding that ICAST, if I'm correct, Steve, is just for media personnel. Is that right? Or vendors?
Well, more like manufacturers, distributors.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really there for the general public.
Right. It's not open to the general public.
Will come in there and then guys like maybe Nate Davis with Tackle Bandit will kind of walk around and decide what they want to buy from vendors throughout the year kind of thing. Yeah, it's not for the public. It's for people looking to resell.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wholesalers or media personnel.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that would be really cool. Like I say, I think it'd be a neat deal to go to. I know Ron Presley goes down there. He's got him a little scooter, so that's who I want to buddy up with so I can ride around with him. I'll have to walk through all that. That it's so big that I'm not sure I could walk through it all without having to stop and sit down and take a break once in a while.
Yeah, I believe it's pretty huge.
Yeah, Glenn says it's the world's largest fishing industry trade show. So,
okay.
that's
Catfish hasn't been really well represented down there either. I know that Mr. Davis from Whisker Seeker Tackle. I know he goes down there. He's probably one of the pioneers in catfishing as far as getting it in ICAST. I don't know if there was too many other catfishing folks down there. Now I'm gonna go next year, but I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna set up a catfish conference booth to kind of draw more vendors.
That would be great. Yeah, and if you do, please let me know, and we'll make sure that we're down there to do whatever we can to help you with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Paul Bird says, "Hey Doc, let's give away 2 4-packs of the lightning bug lights in chat. Choice of red, white, blue, or green."
So if we're going to do that, thank you, Paul. Let's give away 1 pack at a time and give 2 different people a chance to do that.
Okay. All right. What time? Yeah, why don't you go ahead and spin the wheel while I'm loading this thing up?
Well, I'm having mouse issues right at the moment, so give me just a second. My mouse is not mousing.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell happened to it. Maybe that it's so cold in here. We've had some issues with that today. Well, it wants to work, and just maybe I need new batteries. I happen to have some, I think.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and randomize for the first set, and the winner is Eric Deary, Deery. Eric, you are the winner, and my mind is already. You are the winner of a pack of the lightning bug lights in chat. So get a hold of Paul Bird, BYRD. He's in chat, and claim your prize. And thanks, Paul. We appreciate that.
Yes, we do. Thank you so much. And Doc, if you'll remember, we'll give away another set here in a little while.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Paul. We appreciate that. And that's an awesome prize. I've been seeing those things advertised. I don't know too much about them yet, but maybe we can get our hands on some, Doc, and see what they're all about.
Okay. Yeah, and that's what everybody's saying. What are lightning bug lights?
It's a new light that's come out. I've seen them talk about them. They go on the end of a fishing rod, and I guess you can't hardly get them off once you get them on, and they run for like 40 days. Some ridiculous amount of time that they're good for, and so we'll be finding out more about them and having some more information from you. But I know that the JR is telling me that they are a really, really great product, and he's all wound up about them. So thank you guys for donating a couple packs of them. We'll give the other pack away here in just a little bit. In the meantime, Steve, would you pick me out a number between 1 and 5, and we'll spin the old prize wheel?
2.
2, 1. We got a bunch in there tonight, Doc. 2.
Yes, we do. Yeah. 180 something.
The winner is Mark Stewart, Stewart. Congratulations, Mark. And Cindy will give us a spin, and we'll see what we can do. Whisker Sticks LED lights. Mark, if you'll contact Lena, Tim, any of the good folks at Whisker Sticks Lights and tell them that you want a prize on Catfish Weekly. They will ship it out to you. Thank you so much for playing the Rig Wrap Prize Wheel game. And Whisker Sticks, thank you guys so much for everything you do for supporting our show. We appreciate it so very much with a great product that you have.
Carl Wells wants to know, is Steve going to have plenty of rod holders at the conference?
Yeah, we'll have a lot of stuff. We've got those new metallic heavy metal series out, I can call them, with the silver and the different colored tips. We'll have a lot of those. We'll have originals.
Steve, I remember last year and the year before, I would ask you, I said, Steve, you got plenty of stuff? Yep, we got plenty of stuff. But before noon the first day, you seemed like you was sold out of about everything.
Joe gets bigger every year, man.
It does. It does. You know, I'll never forget the first year because nobody knew what to expect, and everybody blasted everything out of there. And last year or the year before last, Jerry Klein and them, they still was selling out the first day. And last year, everybody keeps building up and bringing more and more and more. And I think everybody pretty much sold out of the majority of what they took last year, but they didn't do it the first day.
Well, we've got a lot more vendors this year. There is a lot of tackle stores, but with that being said, there's a lot of people down there ready to buy. You know, there's going to be real opportunities down here, and I mean fishing real opportunities to buy. There's several dealers that's got those, which we've kind of been slack on the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's no shortage of rod manufacturers down there.
Nope, and they all will have plenty.
And they're all in a great price range. You can buy a $100 rod or you can buy a $49 rod. They're all great products, all name brands, and will get the job done.
Good deal.
I had Cindy somebody had posted something on here about hotels. Do you have any hotel information you can share with us?
I've posted it on the Catfish Conference Facebook page. Pretty much what you do is just look up Google Maps and hit Kentucky Expo Center, no hotels near me, and you know there's a nice little cluster that pops up there for you.
So just go to the Catfish Conference Facebook page website, and you can find out the information about the hotels there.
Yep, there's a link there that you can go and check out. So there's plenty of hotels around there from $59 to $189.
Okay, awesome.
So
good deal.
On the price budget.
Well, that's a pretty wide variety, so you shouldn't have too much problem with that.
Cody Dittmer, taxes coming, time to buy new gear.
Well, yeah, you know, unfortunately, going to a larger place like this, and we desperately needed it. You know, last year, if you look at the videos, people are shoulder to shoulder in that place.
It was.
We went to a very much larger spot, 70,000 square feet. We've given the booths, they're bigger for folks this year. There's going to be plenty of room there, plenty of tackle gear, lots of boats. I've got some new boats coming in this year as far as manufacturers. Not manufacturers as much as dealers, but the dealers will be glad to help you out.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't have it in concrete, but I do have 2 new boats coming in this year that I think is really unique and cool, but it's more my style. I hope it becomes more of a norm in the catfishing industry, but most of you guys know the boat I run has a cab on it, everything but an air conditioner in it. And we've got Crestliner is a real potential for us. All I got to do is get their contract back, and they should be there. And I think they're bringing one of those Commanders, which is an open boat in the back and has the cab on top of it. And another one is Hughescraft will be coming in, along with Polar Craft, and of course Sea-Ark and G3 are, you know, they've always been there. They'll be there again. We've got the new Monster Cat boat coming in. That is a beast. I don't know if you guys have ever. Well, I know you have, Lyle. You've been in.
Yep.
When I first seen that Monster Cat, I thought, dude, I can't even pull this thing. But I thought about that my new boat I bought too when I first seen it. But yeah, they're big. So lots of choices there for you in boats, and guys will be ready to make some deals.
That's David O's boat too.
Yeah, that's his boat coming in there.
Yeah.
We've got some other cool things. I like to say they haven't signed contracts yet, but if they do here in the next couple of days, we'll be releasing that. But there's a lot of cool gear coming in this year.
That's awesome.
Dieter Melhorn says, "Tell Steve Douglas to bring me a net."
Bring in what?
Bring him a net.
I'll have plenty of nets there. I've got some nets that I'm not able to ship because they're so big. So I've got 50 of them. I'm gonna be getting rid of pretty quick at a good price.
Brian Wagner, how about an LED light vendor, one for rigging boats for night fishing? That's pretty good.
I've contacted a few of them, and I think again, bass is always dominant. And there's everybody's doing shows right now. But what a lot of these vendors don't understand is this is a catfish specific show, a consumer show. Guys are more apt to come in our show and buy something than they are if you just go to a boat show and you got bass and crappie and just guys wanting to get out of the weather and come look at boats. We've got targeted, marketed people looking at stuff to buy in the Catfish Conference. So I think when more people realize that, we'll have more options.
Cindy said someone was asking about cast nets. That will be through a vendor that sells general tackle, won't it, Steve? You don't have.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, let me see, Bluff City Tackle.
Bluff City.
They're going to have a lot of nets there, in different varieties and sizes and such.
Good.
Yeah, we've got a lot of good tackle folks coming in there. If you can't find something here at the Catfish Conference, you might as well go to crappie fishing.
Yeah, that's basically true because everything that's in the industry will be there. And, really they have some deals down there.
Yeah.
And they have lots of product. So, and everybody brings more and more every year. So the hopes is that they all sell out again every year. So they have to bring more the next year.
Yeah.
As long as that keeps happening, it's good for the consumer. It's good for the retailer, and it just makes everything work out so much better. So I hope it keeps happening. But I know guys like John Adams and some of those bigger dealers, they'll have a bunch of stuff. The boys from Big Cat Fever, they'll have Doc, we watched them pack stuff in and out.
Oh, yeah.
And Jerry Klein and them, they just hauled stuff in and out all day long. And it was entertaining to us to see the amount of boxes that was stacking up, and they stacked that slime line up, and we look over and it was down to the floor. They bring boxes in, they stack it up, and then it was gone. And the rods was the same way.
I always like watching somebody else working, and while I'm sitting there watching them. That's right down my alley.
I got to tell you, every year we try to get Tony Caton on our show. Now we've had Caleb been on our show with us a few times. And Tony has committed to doing a interview with us.
Thanks, $1.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate that very much. But Tony has committed to doing an interview with us down there. It will be the first ever interview that I'm aware of that Tony Caton has ever done. So you guys that know Tony, make sure to stay on him so he don't back out. He's a super guy. They do a lot of cool stuff for a lot of people in the sport, and we would really appreciate if he would come over and sit down. Him and Caleb both. They'll have plenty of help, so they can both come over and sit down and do an interview with us, and we'll have a great time with him. We might get on him a little bit because he never wants to do one, but we'll have a lot of fun.
He's a shy guy, huh?
He's not really shy. He just don't like the camera, but.
Right.
He told me he was going to do it this year, so we're excited about that. Having Tony and them guys on there. Of course, we'll get John on there, John Adams, and all the vendors that are down there. We hope that most of them will stop in and visit with us a little bit. And I see Fat Boy Dan's in chat tonight. He'll probably come over and sit down with us again, and we'll try to do them with everybody. And we'd like to get some of the walkthrough people to come in and sit down with us for a little while.
I'd like for you guys to do this year. I know y'all say you're always trapped in that booth doing interviews, but I think I would like for you to take some time, different vendors, maybe give them a 2-minute interview on what they got, what they have to offer, benefits, things like that. And that way it gets you out of your monotony for a little while.
Yeah.
We're going to try to work a deal where one of us can do that and one of us can be in the booth and switch back and forth when they're not doing it.
Yeah.
We have some lapel mics and different things now that should help us be able to do that a little easier.
Oh, good.
So we'll see how that works, because I love my snowball, and I know Doc's got one, but I mean, they pick up so much background noise. It's just,
That's crazy.
you can't really get anything. And these lapel mics have made a world of difference of stopping that. So hopefully that'll help us.
Cliff Miller wants to know, will there be any electronic guys on hand?
Yeah, again, I'm trying to wait on contracts. And when you're messing with these larger companies, you can strike a deal with this particular lady or this particular gentleman, but they've got to take it up to corporate. Corporate's got to send it off, and then corporate's got to approve it. And then, but we do have Garmin on the hook. They're really serious about coming in, setting up a booth. And we've got another fellow at Not Marine is going to set up a Humminbird Lowrance booth and sell. He's not going to have a lot to sell there, but he can demonstrate them, show you what he's got, and he'll give you a show price, and you order it, he'll send it to you.
Chris Flores says Muddy River catfishing. I'll be stocking up on cast nets for Possum Kingdom.
Yeah.
And those boys will be there, and they're going to be a hoot, man. They're going to come sit in with us. I've been with Brian this week already, and what a great bunch of guys them guys are.
Well, and we do have that, to bring that up. We do have several tournament organizations that will be setting up a booth looking for new fishermen. I mean, this sport is growing, and it's everywhere now. And
well, I'm really glad to hear that, Steve, that some of the directors are getting together and coming down there and, presenting their their tournament series to try to attract new fishermen. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, we've got Cabela's, the Possum Kingdom guys. We've got All-American tournaments, Alex Nagy, Twisted Cats, the Chick Fight, the James River deal that they're having, several more down there. So
that's awesome.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Like I say, we got some stuff for the kids. I'm still trying to put together this cooking show. I've got a few entries on it already. I'm just looking for 10 entries. Hell, you can win $500 if you win first place and a trophy. So
I'm excited about that cooking deal.
Yeah, we're still trying.
Samples, man. I'm all over them free samples.
So yeah, we've got a lot of stuff going on. Navionics is going to be there. The fella, I'm gonna let him do a seminar on the Navionics mapping. If guys are not familiar with that, that is an awesome tool that you have in your depth finder that will up your game tremendously.
Well, Navionics is a great company, a great program that's been on the market for a long time, and I don't know if Greg is going to be down there, or if the guy that's over Greg is going to be down there doing it, but they should be at that place or any place that's like that, because they're probably the #1 charting company for fishing guys worldwide. Not that they're the only one, but they're probably the #1 charting company that there is. Steve, if you have a product that's not currently being sold but is fixing to make the market for sale, will that be allowed to be in for the awards?
No.
Okay, it has to be on the market.
It has to be on the market right now.
Okay.
Hey, it's time to spin the wheel.
Well, you know what? I'm ready to go. Steve, you got another number for me?
Let's do 3.
1, 2, 3. And the winner is Troy Lakes, Lakes. Congratulations, Troy.
Did your wheel quit clicking? I don't hear it.
No, I got a lapel mic on it and pick up all that stuff.
Ah, okay.
It don't pick up me is what it don't pick up.
Structure snakes. Troy, if you'll get a hold of Rusty Jackson and tell him that you want some structure snakes on the Catfish Weekly show on the Rig Wrap Prize Wheel game, he will send them out to you. Thank you so much for watching Catfish Weekly, and I want to thank Structure Snakes and Rusty Jackson for making these prizes available. It's a great product. I use them. Cindy and I use them all the time. We really like them, and they rarely get hung up, but most of those products like that don't. But we have yet to get to lose one. We've still got the original ones that he sent us from the beginning of last year, and we're still using them today. So it's been they're a great product, and I know you're going to enjoy them.
You know, that's a funny thing. You know, 10 years ago, I was discussing products with other dealers and such around the country. And, you know, we all kind of come to the conclusion catfishing is just hooks and sinkers. What else you need?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Here comes along structure snakes and king pulling weights and
yep.
I can't name them all, and demon dragons. And so, you know, the industry is growing when
right.
See things happening like that.
You know, and Steve, I gotta think. That's just me, and then my opinion don't matter much to anybody but me. But Larry Muse opened up that dragon weight style tool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When he told us about it on the show, and then you done an interview with him down at Owensboro, Kentucky, which was great.
Right.
And Larry has always been really good about sharing information with everybody. And he told us about that, and you done that interview, and the next thing you know, he's selling them. 4 or 5 other people are designing them, and it's just went to town. And it just goes to show, if you find something that works,
right,
be marketed.
Yep.
There's no question about that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's interesting to watch this whole industry grow over the years.
Yep, it is. And you know, the three of us has probably been in the industry in the tournament end of it probably as long as anybody.
Yeah. And
we really seen some changes over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Just lots and lots of them, and I'm shocked at some of the things we've seen, and just as much as I'm shocked at some of the stuff that I see happening online that I'm not too happy with. But that's part of it as well. But you know, we all used to fish in 16-foot John boats, and
right.
I remember when nobody realized that you could catch the big blues and stuff consistently. You know, you was basically hoping for one, and you didn't know that was you could put them in the boat consistently. And I know you remember that too.
Well, I can remember when sections of hoop nets were popular.
Yep.
Put your fish in while you're fishing a tournament. When you got to move, you pull that hook net, put it laid in the bottom of your boat, and drove on down to the next spot.
And then dropped it in the water. That was your live well.
Yeah.
Decoy bags too.
Yeah, decoy bags also.
Yeah, absolutely. And now they're not even allowed in most tournaments. I'm looking for something here. What's your grandson's name, Doc?
Oh, Brandon and Zach are both in the chat tonight. So, hey, guys.
Well, whichever one of them that's in there want to know what my favorite blue cat bait is, it's Moon Eye.
I thought it was someone else there.
They'll be hammering me about that.
Yep, I'm sure they will. And you can teach them how to get.
Where's the Moon Eye at?
Well, you know, in the majority of the tournaments that we fish are in the summertime when it's hot. Moon Eye works really good when it's hot, and therefore it is my favorite. I don't always get them. They're kind of hard to come by sometimes, but if I can get them, that's what I want. And so after that, it'd be skipjacking and shed.
Hey, let me ask you guys something. I know you're up on. I've been underground for a little while working on this catfish conference thing, but that winter blues on Wheeler. Did I hear that dudes were paying $10 a skipjack?
14 was the most I heard.
A piece?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that happened.
That's what they were trying to get at them, but I don't think anybody paid that, did they, Doc?
No, I think there was some. The most I heard was like $4 or $5 a piece.
But
There
still,
was some-
woo,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But you know what was it a couple years ago?
Gotta have it. Yeah,
Down there in Memphis when we was down there, they was selling them in the store for $8 or $10 a pop too.
well, I'm gonna tell you what, we've got a new bait out there in the water. If guys could figure out how to catch the damn things, I believe you could sell them just as well as you could skipjack, and that's it.
What's that?
Amazing carp.
Oh yeah,
You could figure out how to catch that amazing carp, 10, 14 foot inches long. I think you can sell them bad boys because you know they are becoming a forage for these blue cats, and I think they're becoming accustomed to eating those now.
well they are. They're a natural forage for them because we're never going to get rid of them.
No,
We're not. They're good. We're stuck with them. The problem that I see with them, Steve, is unless you're willing to cut them up and to side the back straps out of them, and keep that and throw the rest of it away. The ones that I like are about this long, and they're really hard to get because they grow so fast. They get out of that range where they can a fish can eat them. But if you could get them the size of moon eye and small skipjack,
yeah,
you can't keep them alive in your boat. I don't know anywhere that's not against the law. But if you can put them on ice and keep them that way, I use them a lot when we're fishing the big rivers. I really do.
I think they would really keep good in a bait tank because me and Luke from Cats and Carp went fishing for them one time below Barkley, and we was putting 40 pounders in a live well, and they stayed alive for like ever.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And I didn't even aerate them or nothing, because I was gonna kill them anyway.
Yeah. In Missouri, if it gets in your boat, you're not allowed to turn it loose in any way without killing it.
Right.
So, but I would love, honestly, if I could have some 8, 10 inches, 12 inches long, man, I'm telling you, below a dam, that would be deadly bait alive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just would be.
Well, that's another thing for the bait getters out there. If you can figure that out, I think there's another cat, and that might take a little pressure off the skipjack. I said 10 years ago that you could never put a dent in the skipjack.
No, it has been.
It has been. And
Yep. Yep, it has been.
It sure has.
Yep. The thing I like about Asian carp the best is it stays on your hook.
Oh, they got some tough skin, don't they?
Oh man, they got tough skin. They're not coming off. We keep you remember the old skinning pliers that you skin? We keep them in the boat just to take bait off with. And a lot of times when we're using chunks of Asian carp, you got to jerk it off of the hook with those.
Yep.
And they're just tough, man. I mean,
I caught some big fish on them. Of course, the ones I've used were 20 pounders. You'd have to cut them up in chunks.
right.
But you take a big old steak chunk and put on that hook, and I caught some nice fish on them.
You betcha.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to tell everybody what the way we do it is we take them babies and we side the tenderloin out of each one of them. Of course, you got all the blood and guts and juice and stuff running out, and we put them in a Ziploc bag, and then pour all that stuff in there with it, seal them up, put them on ice.
Oh yeah.
And that's how we do them. And my brother and I have actually went out on the Mississippi River and go behind them wing dikes, and we'd spend a day just getting bait, and we'd side them off, and then when we get done, we'd take the boat to the car wash and wash her all out before we went home.
Right.
And his boat had carpet in it, so we never took it because you don't want all them babies jumping in there if you got to clean that carpet up. He's pretty particular about his boat. So
Right.
we take mine, and we wait till we get 8 or 10 of them at a time, and we'd fillet them tenderloins out and pour all that down them Ziploc bags, put them on ice, and we go get some more.
Well, I'm gonna tell you too. The bones, they ain't bad eating either.
No, they're really not. I've ate them before. They're not that bad eating. They're not catfish by no means, and they're sure not crappie, but they're not bad eating at all. And you get somebody that knows how to fix them right and fillet them out and get the bones out of them and mix them up in some Andy's seasoning. They're not bad.
That's for sure.
They're not bad.
Hey, let's give away that other set of lights.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's see. Boom.
Yes, John Spears, you're right. They will plug your drain holes. The scales will.
Yeah. And the winner is Darren Mudge, Mudge. Darren, get with who was that? Paul.
Paul.
Yeah, get with Paul here in chat. You are the winner of the second set of lights. Congratulations.
Bird. Yeah, while you got that up, Doc, what do you say we give away one of these, the Whisker Dick's light or calendar from who was that? Eddie and Ann White.
White, yeah.
Calendar.
Yep, the men's calendar.
Okay, and the
Got it
winner
right here. So we'll give that away.
And the winner is Joe H. Joe H. You are the winner of the calendar.
Joe, if you will message me after the show with your address and stuff, we'll get that shipped out to you.
I'm glad they did that calendar, man.
What's that?
I said, I'm glad they did that calendar. That's been needing to be done for quite so many years.
Oh, yeah. It is. The ladies' calendar is really nice. The men's calendar is nice too, but I got to tell you, most people I know would much rather look at the ladies than they would the guys.
Yeah.
You know, let's face it, that's the way of life.
Yeah.
But it is very nice and got some good guys in it. So we'll give another one of those away here in just a little while we're at
I like
it.
how they use several people across the community instead of just using one dude holding fish up. I like how they used.
I agree. And I know they've got some other ideas for different ones coming up too.
Hey, Steve, Matthew Drake wants to know, are you going to film the seminars?
Yes. Yeah, we've got a pretty good production crew this year that's going to be doing all that. And I think I'm even going to live stream them as well.
Nice. That would be awesome. I agree, Dustin. I'd like to see a boat calendar.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I think that would be cool.
My beat up 240 in there.
Can you please?
How long you had that thing? I remember when you bought it. You bought one of the first 240s out there.
Yeah, Lynn bought it.
That's right. She bought it for you, didn't she?
Yeah, she bought it for my retirement so that we could go fishing when I retired. So, boy, the Lord made a change on that one.
Well, you didn't. How long you got to retire?
This year.
This year. Well,
I'm going to retire this year.
You'll put it to good use.
That's right.
It's time for me to start fishing for a living.
Bottom Dollars Outdoors would like to know, Steve, if you could explain how the YouTube booth will work this year.
Well, pretty much. I mean, the YouTube booth is for everybody in YouTube, but we would like to see the YouTubers that's going to take advantage of the YouTube booth to cut us a little video about the Catfish Conference. Just a little 2-minute video on what you think it is, how you like it. Advertise, of course, and in return, you come in and set up a little card table and put your cards out, just promote your brand and talk to your fans.
That's very, very reasonable thing to ask for people to do that.
Mm-hmm. And you know, there'll be some collaborations going on there. It'll be pretty much like what we did last year, except we just don't have the facility to stay after hours in this place as we did the Crown Plaza.
I got a message from J.R. Bird. He said, tell them to hit me up at J.R. Bird on Facebook and make it a total of 4 packs. So, Doc, we got 2 more to give away.
Okay.
Thank you, Paul. We appreciate it much.
And it's a quarter till, and it's time to spin the wheel again.
I'm ready. Steve, you want to pick me out another number?
4.
1. You're just getting bigger numbers by the minute.
I'm trying to get straight flush.
3. And 4. The winner is Kenneth McCarthy. McCarty. What is that?
What? I have no idea.
You need to turn that off my TV. You're gonna break it.
What you doing, boys?
Demon Dragons. Kenneth, if you'll contact the good folks at Demon Dragon, tell them that you want a prize on Catfish Weekly. You can get a hold of Nate through Tackle Bandit or through Demon Dragons, either one, and he will pick you up with a great prize. Thank you so much for playing the Rig Rep prize wheel. And Nate, thank you for your sponsorship. Continued on with the Demon Dragon products. We really appreciate everything you do for us. All right.
Dustin Fall wants to know, Steve, do you plan on coming out with more new products in the future?
Yes, sir.
Someone asked,
I'm always coming out with new stuff.
someone asked if he's going to bring
We
t-shirts.
got some pretty cool stuff coming out.
Good deal.
I'm just not going to bring it out till I'm ready. But we should have some new stuff to Catfish Conference.
Good deal.
Got to stay on top of my game, man.
That's right.
Hooker's Terminal Tackle wants to know, Steve, when do vendors get their passes?
We're working on it. You're in there regardless, but we'll get you in there. Hervey's been out of the country for a couple of days, and when he gets back, we'll be getting all that stuff mailed out to everybody.
Okay.
If not, see me the day of the show, and I'll make sure you get what you need. This thing keeps getting bigger. We keep learning new things. So,
Whisker Time Fishing, Steve, are you going to have Monster Rod Holder shirts there?
yes,
Okay.
and hoodies and hats.
Hoodies and hat. Ooh, right down the alley. I got so many hoodies. It's not funny.
Cutting boards, nets, net caddies.
Okay. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anything in chat. That looks like it.
Muddy River Catfishing wants to know when vendors can start setting up.
As soon as I get the boats in there, we're going to ask for all the boats to be put in there between, say, 7 a.m. and hopefully 9 a.m. And then after that, we're going to let all the vendors in. The doors are going to open to the public at 3 p.m.
Peter Dree says, is electric included with your booth? I'm sure that is.
Yeah, we'll get you electric.
Okay. What about anchors? Ray Trim wants to know.
Yeah, we'll have plenty of anchors there too. That's something I forgot. But yeah, we have plenty of them.
Okay.
Usually I go in there and sling up a booth real quick and because I got so much stuff on my mind trying to organize other people. But this year I'm kind of on top of it. I've kind of built the modular booth that I can pull in and set up and be ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Twisted Fishing TV says net caddied.
We'll have net caddies there.
I thought it was called a fishing partner. Well, it is kind of a fishing partner.
Jose Hernandez wants to know if you're going to have your rods there.
TWC will have plenty of my rods there. Yep.
Okay.
Good deal.
Dieter wants to know, how is the Wi-Fi at CatCon?
It's Wi-Fi there, and if I have to pay for extra, we're going to make sure everybody's got great Wi-Fi because there's
Awesome.
we're counting on everybody going live this year. We want to blow this thing up. I'd love to see a bunch of folks go live. And
Lisa Hill says, I'm going to shop till I drop.
Oh, wow. Bring them credit cards. Paula Smith wants to know, do you have a really good scale?
a weigh scale?
Yes.
No, I don't ever weigh my fish anyway. But I think Whisker Seeker Tackle has a scale, and I think if I'm not mistaken, Glenn from Rig Rack's got a scale going on right now.
He does, but it's not going
Me too. Right.
Really? Yeah, scales have never been real important to me as far as weighing fish. I know a lot of people like to know what they weigh, but I've never been one of them guys.
There's only one reason to have to weigh a fish for worry about what it weighs, and that's if you're trying to cull one out for a tournament.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I kind of look at the size and go from that, but I have, and Lisa will tell you this, I have grabbed the wrong fish before.
Have grabbed the wrong what?
fish before.
Oh, I have too. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that. In my boat, that'll get your butt chewed out about as fast as anything. Because I done that one day, and I heard about it for a long, long time after.
Lisa don't chew me out. She just laughs and giggles.
She don't ever fish, does she, Steve?
No, she don't fish. I've tried to get her to fish before, and actually she had to pull in a 20-pounder one time on Wilson for some reason or another. I can't remember why, but she said she didn't. This wasn't her thing.
Well, as good as she is with that camera, that'd be okay.
She likes to do the camera, so
She's really good at it. So
for all you guys out there think I'm hogging in fish, I'm not. I'm just.
Chad Wall wants to know, please clarify. Please clarify the hours for Friday.
3 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay. Hannah Ishcomer says, I'm bringing Dad's money.
atta girl.
Well,
I'm bringing Dad's money, and I ain't afraid to spend it.
he gotta have enough. I see doing videos every day where he's talking about making catfish money.
That's right. He's out there pouring that concrete.
Yeah.
I've seen her out there working too.
Well, I've seen all of them out there.
I did see him selling his concrete machinery today. It looked like.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, he was selling a bunch of stuff.
You getting into catfish business?
Hey, Doc.
Yeah.
I just got a message from Melinda Folsom. I've been preaching that we need 50 boats in that chick fight tournament ever since I heard about it. They have now got 25 boats entered in that tournament. So I know there's 25 more boats of women that need to get entered. There's no question. Just reached 25 boats entered. So I know we can get another 25 and make the 50 that we need in that tournament.
You know, I looked at their list today and I was really surprised. I mean, I've seen a lot of the ladies that I knew through Facebook that I see at tournaments, but there's a lot of ladies on there I've never even seen before. So it's great that they're able to get a bunch of gals together and go out there and do their thing.
I agree. And I have a message also from Dale Dunaway. He wants to give away 2 packs to 2 different winners, 4 liters in a pack of the new liters that he's making up.
That's more lights giveaway too.
Got another set of lights, right? Or 2 sets?
2 sets of lights.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and see who we got. The winner, let's go ahead. What are we giving away? The lights or the hooks?
Doesn't matter however you want to do it, but we're going to give away 2 packs with 2 winners. 4 liters in a pack from Dale Dunaway on the new liters that he's making.
All right. The first winner is Stonefly 71. Stonefly 71.
If you will contact Dale Dunaway at Dale's Tackle and tell him you won one of the packs or one of the packages on Catfish Weekly in chat, he will hook you up. And why don't you go ahead with the what?
Go do the other one or one of the other.
Do the other pack for Paul, one of the others.
Okay, and the second winner is Black Shad Cat. Black Shad Cat, you are the winner.
Is he making those?
And you just contact.
I'm not making this up. It's on there.
Just contact J.R. Bird on Facebook and tell him you won in chat with the lights that he has.
Okay.
All right. All right, Steve. What else can you tell us about the conference? Anything else new that's taken place?
Well, I keep seeing people asking if it's free this year, and it's not. My business last year bought everybody's ticket, which we couldn't find anybody to do that this year. So we are charging $7 to get in.
Still reasonable.
Yeah.
There
And
you go, Mike.
Anybody under 16 gets in free.
Thank you, James. Thank you so much. That's for all 3 days, right?
Yeah.
So
How much is the registration to this chick fight?
$100.
$100, I think.
I think it's
$100.
I believe it is. I believe it is. So that'd be really good. Now, Steve, what about parking down there? Is there a parking place? Is there a
There's a huge parking place. Unfortunately, that's how the Kentucky Expo Center makes their money, and they're going to charge you, I think, $10 for parking.
Okay.
We just can't get around it. When you go to the bigger venues, guys, that's things cost more, and
That's right.
They don't cut you no breaks. That's for sure.
Yep. I understand.
I've got to use certain people to do certain things for me I can't go in there and do things myself, like set up chairs and things. I've got a certain company that I have to use there. As far as vending, I have a certain company that I have to use for the vending or the concessions and such. So it's a little trickier getting in these larger venues like this, but we're going to make it work.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, do you have to pay parking each day?
Yeah, unfortunately, you have to pay parking each day.
Okay.
But if you stay in one of the hotels
And get a shuttle to it.
I think you get, some of the hotels will provide a shuttle service for you.
And that'd be the way to go. It don't cost you anything that way.
Right. Yeah.
Or walk there.
Or walk there. It's a little hike.
Yeah, a lot of them motels are close enough. It wouldn't take you but just a few minutes to walk there.
As long as it ain't raining like it was last year.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh,
We took our dog down there last year, and I'd have to take her out, and every time I needed to take her out, it come a goose around her.
Yeah.
I mean, them boys didn't get to have their Tim and them guys didn't get to have their fishing on the bank of the Ohio, I don't think, did they?
No, the river was blown out.
Yeah, it was bad and muddy, and hell, they'd have never been able to stay on the bank.
During the YouTube rally we had down there, the flood come right through the concessions area.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
Yeah, Glenn says, what was it he said? Most hotels are less than 15-minute walk, so that'd be good. But yeah, that's what I would do. Whatever motel I was getting at, I just take a shuttle down there. It wouldn't cost you a dime, and they got shuttles that come around every few minutes. So
Hooker's Terminal Tackle, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, James, we do appreciate that very much. Doc, let's give away that other set of lights right quick.
All right. Let's see. Caught me off guard. Here we go. And winner is Whisker Time Fishing. Whisker Time Fishing. You are the winner of another set of lights.
And just contact J.R. Bird on Facebook and tell him you was the last winner on Catfish Weekly, and he will fix you up.
You also got the other for Dale's Tackle.
I do have the other for Dale's Tackle, and while Doc has that up, if he wants to, we'll just go ahead and
hit it one more time.
You bet.
All right, and the winner is Stephen Terry. Stephen Terry, Terry. You are the winner, and that's the hooks, right, from Dale's Tackle.
That's the hook setup that he's just started doing, and you can contact Dale Dunaway at Dale's Tackle and tell him you won the new packs of 4 liters to a pack that he's tying up. This is a great project for him. He's going to do really well with those. I know he's going to have them at the conference. So you call him up and you tell him what size hooks and leader stuff you want, and they tie them custom up for you and ship them out to you. So it's a really good deal. He's got them listed on his website. Jump on over there and check out Dale's Tackle. And they're on when I went to it, that's the first thing that popped up was all of them. They got them listed with all the hooks and line sizes and all the stuff that's in there. And, I'm thinking it'd be hard to press if you figure your time is anything, to compete with him on prices. They're very reasonable. So check them out at Dale's Tackle. Thank you, Dale, so much for helping us out on our show.
Well, this will be a good year for down there. The guys wanting to stock up on sinkers. We got several vendors that will have a lot of array of different types of sinkers.
Yep.
Sinkers, all that stuff. So
yeah, there's going to be every kind of sinker possibly imaginable to mankind down there, I believe, Steve.
Yeah, there'll probably be 2 sinkers down there.
Lena Hardwick said, what about parking for vendors?
Lena Hardwick wants to know what about parking for vendors, Steve?
we're going to get you parking passes. We'll make sure the vendors are able to get in there and do that.
Okay.
But we're only giving like four each. So, you know, if you got 20 guys working your booth, some of them's going to have to pay for parking.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand.
Or sneak them in like we did when I was a kid at the movie.
Put them in the trunk.
Put them in the trunk.
Yeah. That was what was the drive-ins.
Yeah.
I don't guess there's hardly any drive-in. Walleye Thomas,
Whoa.
thank
Wow.
you so much. Man, we appreciate everything you do for us. I know that I used to catch you on Luke Hinges' live feed, and we're so glad to have you watching Catfish Weekly. And thank you for that. We appreciate it. That's awesome. That is awesome. Fishing for Freedom. They're going to be there, Doc. And I know that they're going to be after you to make sure that you're coming this year.
Oh boy.
Those guys, they put on a great show. That's some of the stuff that Steve was talking about earlier about tournament directors, and Fishing for Freedom, as you well know, is one of the greatest things in the world.
Yeah.
For tournaments and for our military personnel and stuff. So I'm anxious to see them, and Randy and whoever all else will be there. I hope Mindy will be there, but they will come over, I'm sure, and sit down with us and visit. And a great bunch of people with a very worthwhile tournament event. It's an event. It's 3 or 4 days of the most fun you can have with some of the greatest people in the world. So it's a cool deal.
And we've got a couple of different organizations dealing with veterans in the military. So that's pretty cool.
It is. Now, who else do you have besides Fishing for Freedom, Steve?
Well, I don't even want to try to pronounce her last name. If she told me, I could probably hear, but I've never heard it said before. But it's Leslie Van Deer. Yeah.
Van Drew, because I had to ask her when she was on the show to make sure I did. It's Leslie Van Drew is how she told me that they pronounced it.
She is she's a very cool lady. I talked to her at Possum Kingdom. She's got some great ideas. She's experienced some of the things. She's trying to help her herself, so she knows where it's at.
And she's been through it.
Yeah, she's been through it.
Yep.
She's been there. She knows what she's.
Yep. Heroes Outdoor Therapy is a great project, and we're all happy that she's doing what she's doing to help our military people get to these places so they can take these trips and do these things. And it's a very worthwhile cause. And I'm glad that she'll be there again this year because she does some wonderful things. No dunk tank, Brandon. They won't let us have it. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Well, one thing we've got too, guys, I forgot to mention is kayak. We've got a company coming in to be setting up about 4 or 5 different brands of kayaks.
Oh,
hardcore guys out there that, I mean, it looks fun for me, but I think I'm too old for the old kayak anymore.
There's no doubt about it that I'm too.
I like mine.
Yeah,
You got a kayak, Doc?
Yeah, I got one.
I'm going to be.
I bought all the grandkids one too, so that we could all go down on the river and stuff.
I'm about as near getting in a kayak as I am a canoe, and I'm not getting in a canoe. So let you know.
Brian Melinda Folsom said, for your information, Chick Fight will be live Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking more details of the events and rules.
There you go. I think we're being paid to spin the wheel again.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Boy, they don't. Oh, they let us go 6 minutes over too.
You have another number, Steve?
I'm gonna follow the suit and go with 5.
Here we go. 1.
Give me one more and I'll make it flush.
2, 3, 4, and 5. The winner is Jody Atkins, Atkins. Jody and Brooke and Dawn, we had seen them having dinner one night down there. The last night we was at Winter Blues. What a great bunch of guys and gals them are. We had such a lot of fun with them.
I think we've seen everybody that night.
We seen most everybody that night.
Good place to eat.
It was a good place to eat. Great steaks and shrimp. I think you've wore that little striker off.
Fish Life.
Fish Life Products. Jody, if you contact Jody Harrison with Fish Life Products and tell him that you was a winner on Catfish Weekly, he will hook you up with some of their great products. And they have some great stuff, don't they, Doc?
Yes, they do.
I love their products. They work really well. And Jody will hook you up. Thank you, Jody, for everything you do. And Jody Atkins, thanks for watching Catfish Weekly and playing the Rig Wrap Prize Wheel game. We appreciate it much. We're glad to have Jody and Fish Life on as a new sponsor to the Rig Wrap Prize Wheel. Let me check my Facebook stuff here. I tell you what I got before we get too carried away here and I forget it. The 2019 Syntec kickoff on Cedar Creek Lake was last weekend, and first place went to Jerry and John Dillard with 123.14 pounds. Second place went to Devin Hogan with 103.42 pounds. Third place was Jimmy Lane, Rick McLean, and Jason Farmer with 97.3 pounds. And Big Fish was 42.57 pound blue caught by Cody Waltrip and Chris Baldwin. Next tournament will be February 9th at Lake Limestone. You can contact them on Facebook. Just contact Central Texas Catfish Tournaments or Jerry Dillard, and they will hook you up with all that information.
And I've got the Tennessee River Catfish Club result, January 19th warm-up event. They had 17 boats. It rained 2 inches of rain during the tournament.
Wow.
3 fish limit, 2 overs and 1 under. First place, Chris Ward and Chris Carter, 77.8 pounds. Second, Mike Martin and Michael Crisp, 65.06 pounds. And third, AJ Johnson and Ricky Dean, 63.1 pounds. Big Fish, Mike Martin and Michael Crisp, 32.8 pounds. Next event is a season opener, February 2nd, Wilson Lake, Lock 6, Boat Ramp, Killen, Alabama. This event is a qualifying event for the national championship in March. So that's Ryan Lawrence's tournament series.
Steve, we had a question. Is there a place to eat there all day at the conference?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have concessions in there. We're gonna have burgers and catfish.
Good. Good.
Maybe some hot dogs, a few things.
I'm all over that stuff. I like it all.
Fish filmers want to know if they can bring Minnie and Penny. Animals allowed, dogs allowed, Steve?
You know, I don't even know about that. I wouldn't think there wouldn't be a reason why you couldn't bring them, but I don't know. I'll have to check on that. That's a question I've never been asked before.
Okay. All right, good deal.
I'm sure as long as you clean up behind them if they accident, but let me check on it and I'll get back with them.
Ray Trim wants to know, how is the cook-off coming?
It's slow right now. I don't have very many entries, and I'm hoping I can get at least 10 entries. But you know, we're planning on doing it unless we just don't get. I think I've got 3 people right now interested in doing it.
Dieter Melhorn just posted, service animals are allowed. Pets, however, are required to be on a leash. So
I'll bring Gidge.
Well, Dieter's went and did some research. So
that's from the website.
Yeah. He went and did some. He did a real good video for me. I was proud of him for doing that. Doc,
I have another message in chat or on Facebook Messenger.
All right.
He says, if you'll draw, James Arwood, our good buddy at Hooker's Terminal Tackle, says, if you'll draw one more number, he'll give away a $25 gift certificate.
All right. You want to do it on out of chat or what?
I do.
All right. And the winner is James Fox.
Big.
That's Big Fox.
The big
hold it right up there on the first round. So.
That's awesome. James, all you have to do is contact James Arwood at Hooker's Terminal Tackle and tell him you won the $25 gift certificate. He will hook you up with some great products from his great line of stuff. And thank you, James, for being part of Catfish Weekly's giveaway tonight. And Mr. Fox, enjoy your winnings. I know he's been watching us about every week.
Yeah, he had a rough time getting in here because
he does have, yeah.
Yeah, but I told him, I said, well, once you're in, I've got you locked in on the random.org.
That's right.
So
that's right. So he is a winner.
Good deal.
That's awesome.
Carl Wells, that's why I can't go to CatCon. James got all my money this week.
Guys better hold off on spending your money because they gonna have deals down there. No shipping, and I think a lot of guys are gonna be cutting some deals. I know Monster Rod holders will be giving us some discounts as well. So
that's all right.
Save your money, guys.
James Junior says that he would probably trade some cinnamon rolls for some lights.
Oh. Catfish Conference, 31 days, 23 hours, 46 minutes, and 29 seconds. And it's deal time.
It's deal time. It is every year down there, and it is so much fun. There's so many people, and everybody's having a good time, and they go down there to see new stuff. They go down there to buy new products, and I think they go down there just to see people that they haven't seen all year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy it, man. I'm hoping that we get to really be able to be mobile around.
Well, I think we will be able to. We're going to do our best to make that happen, and if we could if with nothing else, we'll just walk around and do some interviews, and then we'll go back and do some at the booth, and then we'll go out and walk around again.
Well, I'll take my computer with me, and then we can do it just like we would do here. As long as we've got the Wi-Fi, we can just link up.
Yeah, and I'll have mine there, and we're gonna have we'll have our microphones and everything, so we should be good to go.
Bring your credit card. Yeah, and Greg, I need to talk to you about the what is that? I think they said there you can update your Navionics card. So Greg, I want to get with you on that.
I think Greg's gonna be in that booth, but I think Tom Branch, the manager, I think he's gonna do a little seminar.
That'd be good. Tom would be really good, very knowledgeable.
Well, in the beginning, we decided that we wanted to put the Catfish Conference together to give people opportunities to do networking. It's about friendships, networking. You see people you haven't seen, on Facebook, but you haven't ever shook their hand before. This is just a great opportunity for everybody to get together. The vendors have opportunities to network with other vendors and anglers. Manufacturers get an opportunity to network with anglers, and it's just a fun place down there, and it can be work productive for some guys that are serious as well.
That's right. That's exactly right, and I think it's a wonderful venue. We've been to every one. We've been to every one. Yep. And I'll never forget the first one down there at Jeff Jones Marine, and nobody had a clue what it was going to be like when we got there. And it was a hit. It was a hit before it ever started.
Yeah.
It really was. And it's been like that since the first one, and it's amazing. I had something here I overlooked. Oh, I know what. Jerry, what was that at? Jerry Dillard. Don't worry about running out of money. Just drag out another credit card if you think you'll spend it all so you can get home.
Someone said that they had to put gas in their vehicle before they go in so they can get home.
That's the way you do it, Jerry. You just fill up before you get in there, and then if you extend yourself, you're okay. It's only Texas. Don't worry about it. You can make it back on one tank.
Dale's Tackle wants to know, ask Steve Douglas, is Stacy Gaston still a guest speaker?
Well, I guess he is. We don't announce it and then take it back. So
I have a feeling Stacy's going to pack that place.
Stacy's he's just got a fun attitude, man. That's the only reason. I don't care if he could catch a fish. He's just got such a good, fun attitude about it.
He's fun. He's high energy. People are going to love going down and listening to him talk, and it's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
Wayne Bucker says, leave 50 in your glove box so you got enough money to get home on. 50 wouldn't get us home. but that's okay. You know, we'll be fine. It's going to be fun, and we're going to have a great time down there, and we're excited about being there.
There's going to be something for everybody. I mean, we've got a bank fishing seminar this year by one of the top YouTubers out there that does a lot of bank fishing. We've got a lot of manufacturers that will be catering to bank fishing. So, you know, bank guys have got just as much fun to have down there as the rest of us.
Next on the list after that be, it goes so fast I can't keep up with it. Mad Jack's tournament in Central Kentucky. Kentucky,
Next on his list
yeah, be the next on the list
for Steve.
for Steve.
Oh, the Captain Mad Jack's event?
Yeah,
That's most likely going to be the first weekend in August.
first weekend in August.
Yeah, we'll get that spawn over with and nice and hot.
Oh, it'll be nice and hot first weekend in August.
Good before I have a tournament for you guys.
Awesome. You seeing something, Doc?
Yeah, somebody was possible locations for CatCon 2020.
We're thinking about it. You know, different locations. We've got some things in the works. So, but I don't want to say anything just yet. I know I do. I'm wanting to take it out of Kentucky for one simple reason. Kentucky is not respecting our catfish. And if I do take it out, that's going to be the main reason that we do. I hate to bring all drama into it, but you know, I think Kentucky should do a little bit. And then there's a lot of folks that don't agree with us and don't want to come to the conference because Kentucky's not protecting our fish. But you know, guys, you got to realize it's not Kentucky that's making the money on this event. It's the vendors, it's the people. That's who's winning. Kentucky gets a little bit of sales tax out of it, but you know, all the vendors come from all over the United States. So you know, help your catfishing community out and come be involved with it.
Gidget.
It's a family reunion.
Yeah, it is a family reunion for a lot of us.
Yeah.
Bring it to Missouri. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, they're putting all kinds of.
Yeah, everybody's got a suggestion for you. But that
we're going to take it somewhere. We'll end up taking it if we move it. We'll take it somewhere that catfish are protected. But you know, I'm trying to get some of the state officials come in to check out the Catfish Conference. We will have the Fish and Wildlife people there with some demos and such. I do still have an empty booth available for somebody that wants to come in and you know, promote Catfish Conference conservation. You know, the Exposing Pay Lakes did it last year with Christy Bowe and a few of them. That table's still open if you know, I could get somebody in there. So we'd love to have it. I hope everybody gives up on this Kentucky thing, but it has been an uphill battle. You know, Aaron Wiggins does a great job. There's a lot of guys that's really put a lot of time and effort into this.
That's for sure.
And we just can't let it go off to the side. You know, we got to keep fighting it.
That is 100% correct. Is when you start slacking off, that's when they get the foothold on you, and once they do, it's hard to come back.
Well, I think more things need to be happening in Kentucky. Sadly, you know, most guys don't agree with that, but the more we have, the more Kentucky's going to see that there's a need for protection to get more folks to come to Kentucky. So,
yep,
we're still working on it.
Well, and that's what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you have to do. And you know, we had all that stuff going, and when we had the big meeting with them in Jeff City a few years ago, and to the best of my knowledge, I'm the only one that stayed with it. I message them several times a month. I send them information whenever you guys post stuff on there, or when some regulation is made through another organization, I send them that, so that way I know they see it. You know, they don't just overlook it. They see everything because I make sure of it.
Yeah.
And I think everybody else fell out but me, but I'm not giving up. I'll never give up. I keep going after them because the regulations that they wanted on the lake, that I help them get
Right.
needs to be on our rivers.
Mhm.
It's more important that they're on the rivers than on the lakes, and why they can't see that is beyond me. I get so aggravated when I talk about it because the Mississippi River feeds every major source of water in the United States.
Right.
That's where the regulations need to be, and anything that feeds it, whether it be the Ohio River or the Missouri River or whatever it is, if it's a major river in the United States, it feeds into that in the central part of the United States, and that's where the regulations need to be. Everything else is secondary compared to the Mississippi River. It's just that simple.
Well, I did notice that there's a new Kentucky state record fish caught after about 10 or 15 years.
Right.
I don't want to take anything away from Mr. Glenn Grogan, which caught the thing, because if I'd have caught it, I'd be right there too. I'd be saying, "Hey, this is Kentucky state record." I know what a state record feels like when you catch it. Believe me.
Yep.
But I'm not going to give any of that to the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife guys, because that fish that he caught in the Ohio River was a Mississippi River fish
Sure.
that swam up to the first dam. You know, they just recently finished that Olmsted Dam right there on the Ohio River. And it's a nice big pool, 70, 80 foot of water right in front of it. You know, I know exactly where he caught it at, but he caught it in that first pool. So, you know, if it was caught up in the Markland pool, then I could probably give the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife some credit. But until something's caught in these upper pools within the region of Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, I'm not going to give him any credit. But, you know, like I say, Glenn Grogan, great fish.
It is a great
I don't want to take anything from him. You know.
No, that was a great fish.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in their water, so
It was in our water.
What it is.
Had to swim in it.
Yep, that's right. But there's no question in my mind that fish didn't come from the Mississippi River.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just like the fish I caught up in Gallipolis, Ohio. Up until that point, and I estimated this fish to be 60 pounds. But up until that point, I think Doc and Lynn had the state record, which was 26 pounds.
29.
29 pounds.
Yeah, it's almost 30 pounds.
My fish blowed your doors, not to take credit from you. But
Right.
prior to that, Cabela's King Cat had a tournament up in Gallipolis, and the first year they had it, they allowed people to trailer. And there was a few boys that went down there in that green-up pool, I believe it was, caught a bunch of big 40 and 50 pound fish, and they released them in this pool of Gallipolis. So the fish that Doc and Lynn caught was most likely a West Virginia homegrown fish.
Right.
The fish I caught, I guarantee, was a fish that come out of West Virginia.
And that's just one of the many reasons why trailering is so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Not to include that 90% of the dead fish you see after a tournament come from trailering tournaments.
Right.
And
And your
should
current
never be allowed in a catfish tournament ever, anywhere, period.
West Virginia state record holder is Mark Blauvelt, and he caught that fish at the same tournament that Lynn caught her state record fish at.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he's the current West Virginia state record holder.
Well, mine was caught the day before in that same exact tournament.
Yeah.
I remember when that happened.
Doc was the first guy I called, because I knew Doc would just know who to call. Man, I was so excited, but I got let down.
I got the people to you, and then when you called me back, I went, "Oh boy."
Mm-hmm. Hey, I wasn't the only one doing that though, because there was so much.
Oh yeah.
Nobody knew really the rules up there. But when I got that video and learned that you need to have West Virginia license, there was about 15 guys from that tournament Friday night that headed to Walmart to get West Virginia license. So I wasn't the only one misinformed about what license you need.
Yep, that's right. Mindy, that's a whole different situation what you got going than what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
A whole different situation. All right. Well, Steve, we can't thank you enough for coming on the show with us and spending an hour and a half of your Monday night with us again.
Well, I hope I didn't bore you too much.
Oh, you never do. Never
Great.
do. Great information, as always. And, we may try to get you on here one more time before we head down there
I'll tell you what, I think you need to spin that wheel one more time so I could give you number one and create my flush.
Let's just do that. Let's just do it. Number one it is.
Now I got a straight flush on the Catfish Weekly.
And the winner is Cassandra Harrigan, Harrigan. That's an awesome idea.
Well, I hope I don't mess you up.
Nope, not at all. I thought I tightened that up on you, but I guess you loosened it up.
I didn't.
Easy sinker slides. Cassandra just contacted me after the show. I have some easy sinker slides here, and I will ship them out to you. I will need your shipping address. And thank you so much for playing the Rig Wrap Prize Wheel and watching Catfish Weekly. And Glenn from Rig Wrap, as always, you're a prince of a man. You help us out so many ways, a lot of ways that people don't know about, but you're a great sponsor to our show, and we thank you so much. -1 degree in Ohio. Philip Ward, please keep that over there. We do not need it here.
Yeah, really. I don't even know what it is here. Let me see real quick.
But it's not -1.
I don't know where he lives at in Ohio, but actually I've got 1 degree.
Oh, wait a minute.
Heat wave.
Here's news. Rig Wrap says, okay, listen up all. I just got word that we will have the 100-pound scales for the Catfish Conference.
We'll have 100 scales.
We'll have 100 scales at the Catfish Conference. Awesome. That is good news.
Okay.
Either 100-pound scales or 100 scales.
Yeah.
Well, I bet they're all sold.
I bet they are too.
Yeah, he'll sell them all. There's no question. They're a great product, and I don't know how he's going to distribute them, but I'll leave that up to him.
He'll go through Dale's Tackle and all those other tackle dealers.
Yeah, somebody will have them, but he's going to have some there, so you guys get ready.
No fancy packaging either.
No fancy package. That's okay.
Wow, 104. Thumbs up. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys so much. Well, Steve, thanks again for everything you do. We're all looking forward to getting down there at the Catfish Conference and having a big time. And like I say, I'll go over my schedule and get with you to see if we can do another date with you before the conference. That way, if there's anything that comes up, I know everybody enjoys having you on with us, and we sure as heck do. And that way, if there's any new information or anything that you need to tell us about, we can make it happen.
Awesome. Well, everybody come visit us at the Catfish Conference. We'll have a lot of fun.
Be sure. Now, where is it they can send questions if they have any that can't wait till you're on here again?
catfishinginfo@gmail.com is my email. And it's catfishing, ing, info.
That's awesome. Catfishing info. And if you guys, for some reason, can't remember that or can't get a hold of Steve, send us a message at Catfish Weekly, and we'll make sure that he gets it and passes the information along.
We're still looking for some cooks that want to cook some catfish. I've got our judges down and our MC ready to go. We just need some people to participate. So, like I say, first place is going to be a $500 bill.
$500.
Not bad.
And you're going to let me sample. So whoever cooks, I get to sample them regardless, right?
Well, you'll be one of the judges. There won't be no, I guess you call it sampling, but yeah, you'll be one of the judges.
As long as I get to sample, I'm so excited to get down there, Steve. It's going to be a blast, and we're all going to have a great time.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you guys. And like I said, if you have any questions, hit me up. I'll be around.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
Steve.
Take care.
Yep. Thanks, bud.
Doc, I have I want to let everybody know that the Big Cat Bash is coming up. Be sure to check out the page for that on Facebook. It's March 4th and 5th in Vicksburg, Tennessee. And don't forget, there may be 2 liars contests at the Maristar Casino. So all you guys that stretch the truth about your catfish stories, you need to be thinking about that, because it'll be a lot of fun. Don't forget the national championships coming up. If you're not registered and you're qualified, be sure to get on over and check that out. But this Big Cat Bash in Vicksburg, Mississippi is going to be a ton of fun. Can't wait to get there. I'm anxious about an hourly tournament. I've never fished one and always wanted to, so I'm excited about that. And I know we're going to have a great time down there. How about a tip of the week tonight, Doc?
All righty. Okay, so most of your boats nowadays, they no longer use fuses. What they use are these things right here, and they're overloads. And one of the things I wanted to tell everybody about, these are only good for so many times, maybe a couple 100 resets. This button in the middle pops out. And if this thing keeps going off and off and off, then what you need to do is go and find out what is creating that, or this unit has expanded its lifetime and it's time to change it out. These things are they're not real expensive, but man, they keep you from having a fire. So the other thing that you need to do is if you put a new one in and it goes off, you got something going to ground, you got a dead short, and that can be bad on a boat, because then it'll just burn holes through the boat while you're out there in the water. So, and you don't want that to happen. So that's Doc's tip of the week.
And a great
Keep an eye on these things.
That's a great tip, because I remember I had one go bad down in
that was on a new boat.
Yeah, and I had to swap that thing out. So yeah, that's a great tip, Doc. Mickey Holland sent me a message here in chat. I'm looking forward. Ice Bowl Saturday. So for you that's going to fish the Ice Bowl, you need to make sure you get on in and get registered for that. Great show. Thank you, Dan. We appreciate that.
Thanks, everybody.
But yeah, I did. That thing blowed half a dozen times, and that thing was bad. So that's a great tip, Doc.
Well, that and we found out it was on too heavy of a circuit.
Right. Yeah.
It was on the pump, and it was just too heavy for it.
Yeah.
And these things have ratings. They're good for like 3 to 5 amps or something like that. So if you get too light of one in there, it's going to pop.
That's right.
So your pumps pull, close to 3 to 5 amps and stuff like that. But some of the other stuff pulls, like trolling motors, those things pull up to 50 amps. So.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That is 100% correct. And we did run into that problem, and I had forgotten about that. So I'm glad you brought that up. That's a great text. Thanks everybody for the donations tonight. We appreciate it so much. Really do. It makes a world of difference on the stuff that we do here, and we really appreciate it. I want to thank Steve Douglas for coming on the show tonight. Steve is always very gracious to help us out when we need information about the Catfish Conference and many other things that he's helped us with throughout the years. So thank you again, Steve, for being a part of our show. Next week on Catfish Weekly, we're going to have Michael and Terry Littlejohn and all of their guides. So for any of you that haven't watched their show they do on Facebook on Tuesday night, it's called Live with the Guides. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night, and you'll get to see a sample of what we're going to have on the show next week. And they are really great folks and great guides. They have 3 guides that I'm aware of that work for them, and they guide out of Lake Tawakoni in Texas. And it might be a good time to tune in, because Cabela's has a big tournament coming up on Lake Tawakoni in March, I believe. Yeah, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So you'll want to be able to visit with Michael and Terry and Noel and Mike, and they got a new guide, and I can't remember his name, but he's a hoot too. So it'll be all from their Michael and Terry's house. So we're looking forward to that. They're always such great folks to be on the show with, so we'll have a blast with that. And just to let you know, after that, the 4th of February, we're going to have Nate Davis from Tackle Bandit on the show. So that'll give you a couple of shows to think about that's up and coming. Anything else you got, Doc?
Nope. It's cold here in Ohio. We're going to have a warm up tomorrow, about 38 degrees. That's going to feel like 80.
That's exactly right. Be sure to tune in Friday afternoon at 3 for Live with Lyle. May have another Lyleism. May get off on what I was going over tonight about the trailering. Most dangerous thing you can do for catfish is haul them up and down the road at 100 miles an hour. People don't understand that. That's just the way it is. It's a fact. People, I have some guys from the crappie industry. One guy in particular thinks he knows about catfishing. It's evident that he does not, or he would understand how devastating trailering is to catfish. If you don't take them out of the water where them tanks in their boats can recircle water in and out, you never hardly ever lose fish. People spend thousands and thousands of dollars on boats so they don't lose fish, and then they turn around, take them out of the water, and haul them up and down the road. That's where your dead fish come from. Thanks for watching Catfish Weekly. See you next Monday night.